It's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. It's 5 p.m. Of course, we will start 5 minutes into the live to start the Bochinche. I just forgot what it was I wanted to do. As I remember. Imagine that there's background music playing. I hope you all have watched Skinny Girl in Transit up until now. Oh, people are entering. Hello. Sorry, it was in my own world. Oh, people are entering. Hola, ¿cómo estás? What's up? Am I missing chats? Are people saying things? Because I see numbers, but I don't see names. I'm bopping my head because there's background music playing just a little bit. Hey, 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 this is V. VAO11 says hello. Hello to you. I am doing well, darling. How are you? I hope you have your bonnet. That's a requirement for today's live, just in case you didn't know. Sendwave is entertaining me right now. I don't know what that is. Let me Google it. Sendwave. Sendwave sounds like, nope, don't know what it is. Sendwave. Oh, it's okay, so I do know what it is. I know what it is. I don't know. I tried sending money through it before and I had great difficulties. So I ended up using, well, maybe it was Sendwave that I ended up using. And there was another app that I had problems with. I can't really remember. Let me set my timer because we are going to have this live be capped at 55 minutes. Timer. Hello. You're saying hello. Can you hear me? Oh, hi. Okay, I understand now. I was so confused. I was like, why are you talking about Sendwave? Hello. LOL. That's actually funny. I literally was Googling. I was like, Sendwave? Sendwave. I get it now. Man, slow moment. We'll ignore that. I see there are people here. Say hello, y'all. Why are people so shy? Nobody's greeting me. We will start our discussion in 1 minute and 12 seconds. We're allowing the people to trickle in. What is it that I'm doing? Stopwatch. Is it stopwatch? No, it's timer. Timer of 55 minutes. That's not sharing. Let me tell my WhatsApp family that I'm currently on live. Currently on live. Come join. There's something on my. You know when you get like stuff stuck on your lip gloss? That's what's happening to me right now. It's actually pretty annoying. All right. in 2 seconds. All right. Hello and welcome to today's live. Welcome to the first installment of Bonnets N Bochinche, where Bochinche means chit-chat. And here you are for some better gist. VAO11 is asking, is your discussion on that show? It is. But if you've never watched the show, it's okay. I'm sure you definitely would have something to contribute. Okay, so yes, for those that don't know, bochinche means chit-chat, means gossip, and depending on what Spanish region you are referring to, it may have a positive or negative connotation. We're gonna go with the Dominican meaning, just because the Dominicans taught me what it meant, and it's like, ooh, bochinche, let's go, you know, so that's what we're going to be doing. Welcome to the stream. To those in the background, yeah, I know, like, why are not saying hello? All right, so basically we're gonna be talking about NdaniTV. Oh, I almost forgot. You gotta wear your bonnet. If we're gonna be doing this Bonnets N Bochinche, then like we gotta wear the bonnet. I actually got this bonnet from Glam by Socket. Let's put it on. Does it look good? It looks like it's covering my head a little bit. Remember, requirement is to have on a bonnet. If you don't have a bonnet, leave. LOJK. No, please don't leave. All right. So let me give you a breakdown on what Skinny Girl in Transit is about. So I've been with NdaniTV on this Queen Aduni. We are half asleep. Good evening, host, and this V. Oh, hello, Queen Aduni, darling. Queen Aduni, sugar. Welcome. You have a scarf. A scarf is definitely okay. Says V, you can wear a scarf. You can wear a do-rag. You can wear a stocking cap. You can wear a hat. But like nobody sleeps in hats, you know. Whatever you use to protect your hair at night is what you must wear. That's what the requirement for this show is. So just because Queen Adoni came in, I'm going to reintroduce. Welcome to the first ever installment of Bonnets N Bochinche, where bochinche means chit-chat. So let's get on into some better gist. We're going to be talking about NdaniTV's Skinny Girl in Transit. They've had 6 seasons thus far. Season 6 actually just ended last Saturday, and people had a lot to say about it. I've actually been with them since season 1, and the show is basically about a plus-size woman who's on her journey to being skinty. Oh, you've been here, so why didn't you say hello? I need to say hello. It's okay. I hope your bonnet is on your head right now, though. So yes, the main character's name is Tiwalade. She is a plus-size, dark-skinned woman in Lagos, Nigeria, and she has a thin, tall, light-skinned sister. And at the beginning of the show, the whole thing was about them trying to, you know, find a man. The mom just really wanted her to get a man. We're gonna skip. In short, Tiwa gets a man. And not only did she get a man, she got Mide Macaulay. Olumide Macaulay is literally the best husband on earth. The best husband a woman can pray for. If you've ever seen the hashtag Olua provide a Mide, like that's what you want in your life. A man that cares for you, loves you, sees no wrong in what you do, is always defending you, and makes sure that like you never suffer. Ooh, that's what Mide is. That's who Mide is. So a lot of people actually didn't like this season, which was weird to me. It was very weird to me. I don't know. I personally liked this season. I will say the last episode was rushed, but I liked the season. I felt like it went from comedy to more of a melodrama, something with like substance. Now, not to say that seasons 1 through 5 didn't have substance. It's just to say that now there were actual storylines that like had a meat to it. But people didn't like that. They wanted that, laughter, drama that Skinny Girl in Transit was giving them for the last 5 seasons. Hello, Igbo Princess. How are you? How are you doing? We are currently talking about NdaniTV's Skinny Girl in Transit. You know what? I did not start my timer. I was supposed to have a timer of 55 minutes. Anyway, I can still count. It's fine. So anyway, yes, this season. Oh, you're still at the door. Okay, no problem. This season, I don't know if y'all watched it, but let me just say, it dragged in the sense that there was clearly substance to the story, but they took so long to build on it. I feel like they didn't really show how terrible of a wife Tiwa is to her husband Mide until the second to last episode. They didn't show Kemi K, darling. How are you? But yes, they didn't show how terrible of a wife she was till like the close to the end of the season. Then we got 50. Okay, 50%. Hi, Glamour Queen Raya, how are you? We're talking about a show called Skinny Girl in Transit on NdaniTV on YouTube. You don't actually have to watch the show to be able to contribute. I'm pretty sure you would have something to say just because it's really based on life. Basically, it's a plus-size woman on her journey to being skinny. Okay, great. She wanted to get skinny so she could find a husband. She found the husband. Now it's time to be one with your husband, and I feel like she did a terrible job. Tiwalade, that's the wife, the main character. She was so selfish. She's always been so selfish. And the thing is, she saw it as being independent. And I feel like there's a thin line between being independent and being selfish when in a relationship. Now, she wanted to make a name for herself in her industry. She's an on-air personality, so that means basically she has a radio show. And her husband owns the radio show at which she works. You're not nice, so I'm still outside. The ad has refused to finish. I'm very sorry. Click skip. Click skip. I'm sorry. But yes, so Tiwalade is an on-air personality who works at a radio station that her husband owns. Now, she met her husband at that radio station by chance. Long story. The dad became sick, so he took over, blah, blah, blah. You know how TV life works. Okay, now that they are married, Tiwa really was selfish. Thank you. Tiwa showed absolutely no growth. Her husband literally carries her like an egg. It's actually crazy to me. Her husband didn't ask her to quit her job. He didn't ask her to not try to make a name for herself. He simply asked her, please, can you take time off of said job that you do have and help me out at the studio? I just need you for a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? He never once said, Tiwalade, I don't want you to work. He didn't say, you need to change your last name, because she's still going by Tiwalade Awashika, which isn't a big deal. I mean, it's only a big deal in Nigeria because once you marry, you have to change your name immediately, your last name immediately. But he mentioned it. He said, he felt a type of way, but he never forced her anything. He's never forced her to do anything she didn't want to do. And he would always ask her, hi, can you be a good wife and help me out? And the answer was always no. And I'm just like, what kind of one-sided love is this? It literally was mind-boggling to me. This one, that Igbo princess is still at the door. Oh, wow. But it was, actually, I just washed my hands, that's why. But it was so mind-boggling to me. And if not, I'm trying to remember what it was that made her change her mind or whatever. You know what? I remember what made her change her mind. When her husband started giving her a cold shoulder is when she realized, oh man, maybe I should be a good wife. And I don't even think that Mide was giving, yes, so, wow, hold on. Bonnet thinks, hi, Tani. I think I need to watch the show. Yes, you do. Video 11. Now let us greet Simply AMJ. She says, enjoying and tempted to watch the show. Congratulations. Thank you so much, my sister AMJ. That's a whole £5. I've never seen £5 in my life. Oh, that's a lie, but you get what I mean. Thank you so much. Moderator, can you please put Simply AMJ's link into a stream for me? I was going to say Lace Strive. I don't know. what language that was. But yes, please put her link in, and tell your friends to come in. We're having a party and we're discussing. Oh, AMJ, you are even a wife, so you can speak about what we are talking about. So I'm talking about Skinny Girl in Transit. Thank you, VA11. We're talking about Skinny Girl in Transit. We're talking about how selfish Tiwalade was. And you know the thing that gets me about her selfishness, Kemi, was the fact that her mom literally begged her. She literally begged her, like, please don't mommy my child. Be a good wife. You know, you're married now. You can't be independent anymore. You have to remember that you're you and your husband are a team. The two have become one, but somehow, some way, she was not understanding that. So please, they need to plug themselves to Skinny Girl in Transit. I agree, Tenny, they do need to plug themselves. Why is Igbo Princess still at the door? Please tell somebody, tell Igbo Princess to enter, please. I beg. She's been at the door for like 5 minutes. So yes, how about let's start off with the fact that you guys are a sucker of Mide. You don't see Mide is wrong. Kemi, are you still here? Because people are saying that I'm being partial towards Mide, and Mide was not wrong. Mide was right the whole time. I don't care what anybody says. So, for example, right? What's her name? Tiwalade. She had a miscarriage. Now, let me preface it by saying miscarriages are traumatic. Hello, Igbo Princess, you're finally in. Wow, that was a long time standing outside. I'm glad you made it in. So yes, Mide is the husband, VA11. So the thing is, right, she had a miscarriage on her birthday early in the season. And I get it. Like, I really do get it. I know I've never been pregnant or whatever, but I understand that having a miscarriage is, I wish these was voice notes. Having a miscarriage is a traumatic experience, right? Nobody wishes to lose their child or lose a baby. And Tiwa took it very hard. I actually knew she would take it very hard because there was once on her talk show where they were talking about rhesus factor, where the mom's body can attack her growing fetus. And I remember how like scared she was about that topic. So I knew that she was going to take this miscarriage really hard. You know, there are some people who are like, dang, I've really lost this child. And there are some people who just don't get over it. And Tiwa is the latter. Now, Mide begged Tiwa, like, please talk to me. I'm your husband. Tiwa would not talk to Mide. It was really the weirdest thing on earth. She would not speak to Mide. And I understand not wanting to talk to anybody at all, but to not want to talk to your husband that you live in, that you're sleeping in the same bed with, and wake up every night to be crying and stuff like that, I don't know, it was a lot. And the only reason why I feel like I felt slighted for Mide is because she ended up announcing it on her radio show. She never once spoke to her husband about it. Like, her husband would even ask her, and then she gaslighted him and said, well, do you think it's my fault? And it's like, I'm gonna read the chat. I didn't forget, I can see it. And it's like, you cannot gaslight your husband with such a question. That's evil. You know, because both of you are hurting. Yes, you were the one that carried the baby, but he's your partner. So let me read the chat. I wish these voice notes when Mide lost his father would call. Get out of here. I don't care. Teddy. Queen Adenise is still here. We just did listen. Thank you, Queen Adenise. Igbo Princess says, guys, if I don't make it into the live stream, you guys should send my own rice. Oh God. Tenny Baylor says, read the chat. Auntie Glamour Queen Raya says, I have to look into that show. It sounds interesting. It is interesting. Watch it. It's such a great show. Tenny Baylor says, season 5, it was Mide. Season 6, it was Tiwa. Okay. Now, I don't disagree with you, Tenny, about, what's it called? I don't disagree with you, Tenny, about Mide shutting her out or anything. But my thing is, he actually eventually ended up speaking to her, blah, 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 blah. Tiwa wanted to talk to her best friend Didi. Tiwa told hundreds of people that she does not know on her radio station. And mind you, Tenny, Tiwa and Mide were not married at that point. So honestly, he didn't have any sort of there was no necessity of him telling her. Really and truly, he didn't have to speak to her, technically. Do you get what I mean? But now they're married. Sorry, the story has changed, so get out of here. Tiwa's, okay. Cammy K says, I understand that she wanted to build a name for herself, but she's his wife. Meaning that the company is hers too. Oh, girl, Cammy, I was even getting there. I was getting to that point because it's as if Tiwa forgets, right? If the company fails, let me tell you something. They all fail because he, the breadwinner, cannot, provide anymore. Meaning she will now have to carry the family on her back. And we're still in Nigeria. Let's not pretend, okay? The husband is still the head of the house, and she's going to be upset when she has to be the one taking care of Mide, taking care of said child if they were to have a baby. Do you get? It's like, this company is not just Mide's anymore. You're not dating. You're not just fiance. You are married. You own it because your last name is Macaulay too, babes. That's usually how marriage works. Tenny says, all right, plug yourself. VAO11 says, how long is it? How long is 15 minutes. Press skip. Tell her to press skip, please. Tell her to press skip. Glamour Queen Raya says, I definitely will to Tenny Belo. I can't believe it's 15 minutes. Please skip the ad. See, I was actually telling that to Tenny the other day, that I saw a 5-minute ad, and people were like, no, the ads are only up to 30 seconds. And I'm like, no, I was there for 5 minutes. Simply AMJ says, I missed what the issue was. Can you repeat it? Okay, Simply AMJ, let me start all over. Welcome, my name is Ibiro Kautushile, and this is the first ever installment of Bonnets N Bochinche, where Bochinche means chit-chat. So let's get on into some better gist. We are talking about, she said I've seen 30 minutes ad. We're talking about NdaniTV's Skinny Girl in Transit. I'm sure you've heard of Skinny Girl in Transit, even if you've never watched it. Long story short, it's basically the story of a plus-size woman on her journey to being skinty so that she can find a man. She ends up finding a man. I'm laughing at what Ryan says. She ends up finding a man, and now they're living happily ever after. I say that in quotes. Now let me read the comments. Tammy says, exactly, Kemi. She needs to work in that company, but she wants to have her own brand. That company is run by Macaulay's. Let her have her own business. Teddy, why are you being confused? No. Let's talk about this right now. Why are you being confused? When you marry somebody, Teddy, you are no longer by yourself. You are one, okay? I understand wanting to have your own name, have your own brand, and like be your own person, and that's still possible in marriage. Let's not pretend like, oh, marriage is slavery. I mean, at the end of the day, she still goes by Tiwalade Aoshika when she's introducing herself on the radio. She still has that ABC show. He simply asked, hi babe, can you just take a little bit of time to help us at this station because we're struggling? That struggle is going to affect her too. Like, even if she's not doing it for the love that she has for her husband, at least be selfish and do it for yourself. What's the issue with the couple, AMJ? The issue is the wife basically don't want to help the husband. In shorts, in long, in short, in middle, in form. She doesn't want to help the husband. I see Afrogenics name, so let me read. Val says, just join us. So Tenny says she's seen the ad for 30 minutes. Raya said, I've seen a 1 hour ad. If that's a movie, just move on. At that point, that's a movie. I'm sorry. That person's going to have to understand. I'll watch their video in full and comment, but I'm not standing there for an hour. That's ridiculous. Hi, Afrogenic. She says, hello, sweetie. I actually didn't know you were going live until I opened my phone and was getting ready to come on here. So I was like, well, if she's still on after I'm done, I'll go. Glamour Queen Rice says, exactly, VAO 11. I've seen a 1 hour ad simply saying, oh, interesting, as in that's so unnecessary. Yeah. Afrogenic says, hello, everyone. Only on laptop. Ah, okay. So you're saying that it depends on if it's a phone or a laptop, how long the ad is? Because if it is, then that's interesting. Maybe I'll start using my laptop then, because I'm not about to sit there for an hour. Okay, sorry, let me keep reading because that's how I was behind last time. So what is the issue with the couple? Okay, I've just explained that. Somebody said, VAO says real talk, they're a unit now. Simply AMJ said, oh, so her husband asked to help his radio station. Yes, mind you, she's actually technically a staff member at his show now, but she has reduced hours because she's working on her own show at ABC. Speaking of ABC, I'm going to continue reading comments. Speaking of ABC, he never told her to quit ABC. He asked her to simply take some time off, right? Mind you, the season was even ending anyway, which we noticed in episode 12, right? So, meaning she could have taken time off. I mean, shows don't run all year long. They always have breaks in between. In that break in between, baby boy, baby girl, whatever you want to call yourself, you can help me out. She now went, she didn't listen to her husband. She now went and said, I cannot continue the show, and cancelled her contract. So when she came to tell Mide, I actually thought Mide's response was interesting. It was actually very unlike Mide, because usually Mide would be like, "Why? No, why did you do that? No, you should have done that." Or da 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 da. All Mide said was, "Wait, what?" Then he calls the lawyer, asks for a loophole so that the wife doesn't get in trouble, and then asks Tiwa, "Is this what you want to do?" Now, it was at this moment that Tiwa realized she's a wife. Why do I say that? Because Tiwa said, it's not what I want to do, but it's what I need to do. I said, So now you know that it's not what you want to do, but it's what you should do to help your family. I beg you. Let me read the comments again. Tani Belo says, if you're okay, imagine you marry someone that has a company like YouTube, and imagine you built an audience with YouTube. Are you going to leave? He didn't ask her to leave her YouTube, Tani. I want you to stop that right now. Everybody watch the show, because Tani is giving misinformation. So let's use that example. If my husband is the owner of YouTube and I have my own YouTube channel, here's what my husband asked me to do. He said, as you are doing the Ibironke Otushule channel, I also want you to be making videos for Creator Studio. I know we know that YouTube also has Habibi. We know that YouTube also has like Creator Studio videos, right? Where actual YouTubers make videos for Creator Studios. So that's essentially what my husband would be telling me to do. Now, if YouTube is failing, my husband would be like, okay, can you take a break on YouTube channel real quick? On Ibironke Otushule channel really quick, and then come make some videos for you for Creator Studio, because we really need you. That's essentially what it would have been if we're gonna use that comparison. Simply AMJ says, oh my god, I lost the chat. What the heck? Wait, I missed it. Okay, Simply AMJ says, marriage is also about sacrifice, indeed. Igbo Princess says, Ibironke, what is this? Kinimoshe, what did I do? Simply AMJ says, Tenny, yes, I will, because you make a thank you. That's the thing. Like, it's for better, for worse. And right now, they're in worse. So you need to help him. I don't know. And the thing is, I'm a feminist. I'm a very independent woman, but I feel like what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And Tiwa was not doing the right thing. And she came to realize that towards the end of the season. She was even putting a strain on the marriage, if we want to be honest. Jesus loves you more than you know says, with marriage you are now one. Thank you. Some people have an issue with that though, but it is what it is. It's no longer I, but we. When one of us moves forward, we both move forward. Thank you. Afrogenic says, I just came to say hello. Hello, mommy. How are you doing? Smooches to you. Thank you for stopping by. VAO Lover says, so was he asking her to leave her job? No, he was not. He never once told her to leave her job. You know what? I think it's best if you watch the show, because clearly it seems like I'm being one-sided and I'm being partial. So maybe it'll just be best for you to watch. You don't even have to watch seasons 1 through 5. If you watch just season 6, you can catch the gist, because seasons 1 through 5 was more so about comedy than season, 6 was about. Afrogenic has a lot to do. Have a blessed night, Ma. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Igbo Princess says, I'm tired. I'll leave it running. Wait, did she ever get in the chat? I'm so confused. I don't understand what happened. No, I would only watch it on my laptop. Simply AMJ says, what she needs to do is make sure her own dream is known and significant. You know what? AMJ, it's even over significance. it's I don't, because Tenny already said that I'm clearly a Mide fan girl, but it's like Mide, he knows her. First off, he knows her worth, which is why he always try to be giving her like raises and bonuses and stuff like that. Okay, wait, I see Mermaid Stars is here. Hi, Mermaid. How are you, Mermaid Stars? That's my friend from Mother Mary's channel. How are you? I just saw your name, so I wanted to say hello just in case you leave before I can see you. Oh, and I see Food Delight TV by Anka here as well. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so yes, back to him knowing her worth. Tiwa has made it very clear that you know, this is her job, this is her worth or whatever. I mean, he met her there. It's not like, oh, she just brought it up out of the blue. He already knows what her aspirations are and what she wants to do for herself, and he respects it. He's never once said, no, we're not going to allow you to do that. But Tiwa, on the other hand, she ain't really getting it. And I can understand why she's not really getting it, because she's been so independent her whole life. She also, let's bring it back to season 1 through 5 if we want to keep it a buck. She's never really had a guy like her. I'm not even trying to be rude. She's never actually had a guy like her for her. They either like her because, oh, I like big women, I like dark skinned women, or and she's looking for a boyfriend, or oh, she's clinging on me. Tiwa has never had somebody head over heels for her before Mide. And that's not to take anything away from Tiwa. Tiwa is very beautiful. Tiwa is very smart. Tiwa is very accomplished. But I feel like she's so stuck in, I gotta do this on my own, that it's really difficult for her to move past that and to actually become one with Mide. My opinion. I could be wrong. I know I'm not. Finally entered. Oh, thank God you're in, Igbo Princess. I'm glad you are in. Why does the chat keep moving? That's why it's so hard for me to read. Goodness, this is annoying. I missed it. Where is it? Where did it go? Okay, she's in. Exactly, AMJ. She needs to build her own brand. Her brand is built. Okay, it's built. built with a T. Her brand is built already. Simply AMJ says, and it seems her dreams can still be achieved with her husband's company. I wonder, oh, AMJ, I wonder. Tenny, she can do this with the umbrella of her husband's company. Help me tell her. Married women in this chat, help me to tell you, because she doesn't want to believe me since I'm a singular person. VAO11 says, yes, you are right. Jesus loves you more than you know. Tenny Bale says, if you don't care, you just stand Mide because Mide too has his faults. I never said Mide was perfect. But in this marriage, Mide is doing it right. If he's doing anything wrong, it's actually him not calling out Tiwa when he's supposed to. It's almost as if he's coddling her, like, okay, whatever, if you say so, I'll go along with it because I love you. If he has a fault, that's his fault. Simply AMJ says, once you marry, the game changes. Exactly. Beatrice Kadri says, hello everyone. Hi baby boo. Mermaid Stars, thank you again. Tenny Balo says, well, her husband doesn't really want her to be working in the other station. Okay, he's a human being. Just because he doesn't want her to work in that station, he's allowed to voice that opinion. It would now be a problem if he says, you know what, you're not working in that station. I decree you can't work there. That's not what it is. It's like, okay, let me see. AMG, what can I use as an example? Oh man, I want to use a significant one, not like I don't like when you leave the fish out one. But like, AMJ, I don't like that the job you're working at requires this many hours of you and is so far. Can't you find another job that's close by and requires less of you so that you can actually be a wife to me? I don't know how to, like, I can't think of a good example, but it's like, I feel like in marriage you should be able to voice your opinions. I don't like what you're doing. I can say that. That doesn't mean I'm going to change you. It's up to you to see, is this something worth me compromising on? Is this something that, okay, I can change for the sake of peace? Or is it that my spouse needs to get over it and we move past that? You know, that's what it's all about, in my opinion. It's not going to be easy, but she needs to help her husband. Exactly. And that's another thing too. He didn't say work here permanently, just work here for a short time. Like, you're not going to die. That's another thing too about being selfish. The fact that like somebody's asking you to help them, and somebody's your husband, by the way. Your husband is asking you to help them for a short amount of time, and like is really paining you. That's problematic to me. Food Delight TV by Annika says hello, hi ma. Mermaid Star says she's okay. I'm glad. Beatrice says totally fangirling right now. Ibironka is live. I love you, BB. Food Delight TV by Annika says hello everyone in the building. Telly Belo, me and Telly, we are going to fight. She said her husband is not helping matters. I is the husband not helping matters. I is the husband not helping matters. Food Delight is greeting everybody. Simply AMJ is asking the same question I'm asking. Tenny, is he not giving her power to explore herself? I wonder. Because when she's working at ABC, like if he wasn't giving her powers to what was the word that you used? I want to use explore herself. You know what he would have done as a cunning husband? He would have written a clause in her contract where she cannot go and work at any other station. If he really wanted to be evil and say I'm going to be the husband, I'm going to be the head, he really could have done that, and he didn't do that. Why? Because he loves her and he wants her to grow. I'm actually about to banish myself to bed, so big loves to all, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, Mermaid, for stopping by. Tanya says, AMJ, he doesn't really want her to work in another company, and he's not being honest. What do you mean he's not being honest? He literally said, I don't want you working there. Thank you, Kemi. He is the compromising one. Kemi, let me ask you, because they think I'm being partial to Mide. Did Mide say that he can't work at, that she shouldn't work at ABC? He said he doesn't like it, but he never stopped her. Like, she's still working there. Am I missing something? Maybe I gotta watch the season for a third time or something. Because I know what I saw. Jesus Loves You More Than You Know says, any solo activity you want to do, pack it. Yo. So, you know what? Jesus loves you more than you know. I feel like, who are you? Because I feel like I had this exact conversation with somebody that was saying that any solo activity you want to do, pack it when you're single, because marriage is now two people. Your partner's growth is your growth. That's exactly what that person I was speaking to said. If you want to do everything, say, okay, you want to travel the world, go and travel the world before you get married. Because if your husband says he's a homebody, you cannot be upset with him for not wanting to travel with you or something like that. So wow, this is like deja vu. Food Delight says, yes, my AMJ for life. How are you doing? Hello. Okay, Jesus Loves You More Than You Know says, definitely have your own thing, but understand that your wife, husband is your number one priority now after God. Hey, thank you. Who are you? Jesus Loves You More Than You Know. Thank you so much. Mide always puts her as number one, so I mean, that's a good spouse right there. Exactly. Oh, good night, Eagle Princess. Oh, I didn't even know you were going to bed. Good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Senyo, so he's not saying leave with his mouth but action. AMJ, he's not saying leave with his mouth or action. Okay, let me explain to you what happened. She said, I want to work for ABC. He said, why? She said, because I want to build my own brand. He said, why can't you build your own brand at the Macaulay station? She's like, because it's exactly that. Macaulay, I want to have a name of my own. And he, begrudgingly was like, all right, okay. Like, it's not, he never pretended like, oh yeah, it would be a great idea for you to work there. He never pretended. He said it from the beginning. He doesn't like he will even say, so you're not going to leave ABC? Okay, and keep it pushing. And it's never like, because there's manipulation, right? There are husbands who are going to be like, wow, so you're really not going to leave ABC? Wow, knowing that your husband has his own station? Wow. He's never done that to her, in my opinion. But again, I can be partial. So the married people and the older people that watch the show can tell me better if I'm misunderstanding. But I don't think Mide did that ever. I think he was very honest with her. If anything, I think they've both actually been very honest with each other, this whole relationship, this marriage, which is great because honesty is key and being open is key. But this is the selfishness that Tiwa is displaying that I have a problem with. Simply says, then she needs to sit him down and let him understand she'll be sacrificing her hard work, building the brand to help him, but then she still needs to... At the end of the day, she does still need to help him. That's the thing, because they are one. They are one. If the company crashes, both of them, That's it. That's it for both of them. They're gonna be drinking Gary every day and eating bread. I was gonna say Agege bread, but Agege bread is now expensive. What am I? I missed. Lord have mercy. I literally. Why does it move like this? It's so hard for me to read. Oh, definitely, you have your own thing. That's it. Why am I so confused? Okay, AMJ. If that's what he said, they definitely have. Wait. Tenny said. What? Tenny says AMJ. He doesn't really like talking about the other station because that station is all stations are his competition. What are you talking about? All stations are. This is not Febrez's station, by the way, just in case you're confusing it. Febreze is a guy that she had some dealings with in the past, who is his arch enemy or whatever. So that's another station. That's not even the station that Tiwa works for. And if Tiwa was working for that station, then I would even be more upset, because how are you working at your husband's enemy's station, knowing what you had with him in the past, knowing what his sister had with him in the past? If she was working there, then it would be a problem. No, she's working at another competition, competitor station, which is normal. Every other station is your competition, period. I mean, it's like Amazon and eBay. Like, they're not fighting each other, but they're competition, because that's just how life works, and that's business, you know. If that's what he said, they definitely have a problem in their marriage, because they should have discussed this before they got married. They did discuss it. Mide is usually the compromising one, correct, Kemi? Tenny, now I understand this one is a sticky one, but sis, she's a wife too. I don't recall Mide saying she shouldn't work there. Kemi, you know why you don't recall that? Because he never said that. Tenny's out here confusing the masses. He never said that. Goodness. Tenny says exactly, AMJ. It's a very sticky one. It's not a sticky one. It's not a sticky one at all. It's actually very clear cut. Very clear cut. Kemi, he doesn't need to say it. Okay. So why was he so happy when she said she was going to quit? Tenny, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Clearly he's happy because now she can help him. She can help him. That's the point. I mean, like, at the end of the day, he's happy that, like, it's not like she said, I lost my job. I lost my job because, like, I lost my career kind of thing. She said, I'm no longer working there, you know? Tenny is like, I'll watch this show because I feel like the... Oh, yes, Beatrice, I already told you to watch the show. You didn't want to listen. Anyway, Tenny got the show wrong, and we just gonna ignore Tenny. Simply AMJ says, that's even an insult to her husband that she's working in another competition company. AMJ, she's not gonna hear a word, so don't try to explain it to Tenny. She's not gonna hear a word. She's basically saying her husband's company is rubbish and not good enough for her to work. Again, AMJ, don't waste your time, man. Tenny's not gonna hear you. So Kemi said, I feel like Tiwa doesn't understand the meaning of partnership and what's his is ours. I do understand the writers are acknowledging the way Nigerian is and how men can be unpredictable. I do agree with that. That's why I was saying that, like, she's so hell-bent on being independent that she doesn't realize that she's a teen now. And it's literally so weird because her mom essentially begged her, like, please, I want you to understand that you are no longer just Tiwa Lade anymore. You are Tiwa and Mide. You are now a Macaulay. Both of y'all have to discuss. Like, even when she had that miscarriage, I felt so insulted for Mide that, like, she wouldn't speak to him. She gaslighted him about the situation, saying, do you think it's my fault? Let me tell you something. If he said, yes, I think it's your fault, clearly he's going to be in the wrong, period. Even if she says no, if he says, no, I don't think it's your fault, he's still going to be in the wrong, because she's going to say, you're lying and you just want to make me feel better. So, I mean, I don't even know what the proper answer would have been for him then. Like, silence was just as bad. All three, like, answers were a terrible answer. There was really no way out for him there. But God will help her. Maybe she's coming around. She's starting to understand what it is to be a wife. I have wives in this chat, so they know better than I do. I'll watch the show. Yeah, you better watch the show. Tiny Bello says, Kemi, in marriage, some men might say, oh, what is theirs is their wives. But to be honest, it's always in their name, not the woman's. Tiny, what the heck? What? Where do you live? What country do you live in, Tenny? You live in the UK and you're saying this. And also, you know that Mide and Tiwa are enlightened people. You know that, what is this girl's name? Tiwa has shares and all these types. She was even saying it actually in the last episode that oh, this bonus, or no, it wasn't, the word was not bonus. He gave her something and she was like, it's too much, kind of a thing. Like, the fact that you're a Britico babe, a jammed babe, and you're speaking like this is doing me somehow. It's really doing me somehow. Okay, so Tenny Bill says you need to. Simply MJ says, Teddy, then draft the contract, my dear. You see where a woman owns everything but her husband is fronting. That's another thing too. Like, yes, even in Nigeria, actually, there are women who own everything, but they'll let their husbands carry the glory. Like, okay, he's the head of the house, right? Or like, I even know several stories of where like children, they'll always go to their mom and be like, oh, mommy, can I have this? Can I have that? Or whatever. And she goes, go and meet your daddy, right? As if daddy's the one paying for everything. As if daddy's the one putting them through school. But mommy is the breadwinner. Mommy is the one, what's it called? Is the one taking care of everything. But she has no problem letting her husband, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? Take the glory. She doesn't care because it doesn't matter if mommy did it or daddy did it. As long as a parent did it. You know, they're a team. Interesting. How many seasons do I need to catch up on, guys? I mean, you can watch all 6 seasons, or you could just watch season 6. I don't think you really need seasons 1 through 5 to understand what's going on in this season. AMJ says she can sign a contract. Jesus loves you more than you know says, yeah, like Ibiron kept saying, it's probably because she's used to being independent. But like you said, man, what's his is ours. Not just what, let me tell you something. The type of wife I would be, what is mine is mine. What is his is mine. What is ours is mine. So if everything is mine, maybe I'm going to help my husband now so that my own will not come and be ruined. Okay, don't actually listen to what I just said. That's all bands. But at the end of the day, we gotta help each other out, because if you're failing, that's gonna be a burden on me too. If I'm failing, that's gonna be a burden on you as well. So like, let's you know, come on. Still here. Thank you, Food Delight, for still being here. Tiwa sounds terrible. No, Tiwa's not terrible, Beatrice. She's not terrible. I just think she's very unaware of what marriage takes. And I know you're like, look at this singular person saying what marriage takes. I'm not acting like I'm an expert. I'm clearly not. But from what I do know and have seen, I just think she doesn't really have a real clue on what she should be doing as a wife. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that her dad doesn't live at home. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that, like, because he works in Abuja, I believe, like for majority of the year, like they see their dad as a treat, you know? So maybe because she doesn't really see her parents interacting like that, she doesn't have a good idea. But I mean, I feel like her mom, from what we see and what we know, is a pretty selfless person. So I don't know why she doesn't like take a page from her mom's book. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot going on in Tiwalade's situation. He increased her salary. Shayo! I talk am. They don't want him. Wait, Shayo. Oh, I know the Shayo. Hi, Shayo. I talk am. They don't want here. Not only did he increase her salary, he gave her a whole bunch of stuff. Cause go and watch that last episode. She was like, no, this is too much. Anyway, Beatrice, she's not that bad, just extremely independent. Yeah, and the thing is, you can be independent to a fault, and that's what Tiwa is doing right now. But I don't think she's like a bad person, you know. Jesus Loves You says, not terrible for this situation. I would say she's just not fully understanding of what marriage is. Partnership, exactly. Please, do you all remember Mide in season 5? You know what? Let's talk about it, because you keep bringing up Mide in season 5. And Tenny, I'm gonna say what I said before. Mide and Tiwa were not married. I'm not saying his behavior was okay. Sorry, my ear's itching. I'm not saying like his behavior is okay, like the way that he was like shutting her out when his dad died, or like, no, his behavior was not okay. But at the end of the day, they were not one unit. like if we just want to be technical about it, he technically did not owe her anything because they were not one unit. Also, I think I might be getting my seasons mixed up. Is it last season no, it wasn't last season I proposed to her. I can't even remember. I don't even remember. I'm mixing up the seasons. Because I was going to say there was a point where he wanted to propose to her, but then like it was not that she lied. It was lying by omission. She withheld something. And so he like stopped talking to her or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, is this girl? Oh, it was the Febreze thing, I think. Instead of her to just tell like what happened, she withheld the information. And so she left him to believe whatever it is he wanted to believe about the situation. And I'm just, okay, I remember. Tenny, you actually made your case worse. She was going to meet up with Febreze. She was going to meet him at different restaurants and stuff to me, like, oh, why wouldn't you leave me alone? As if they couldn't text that, why wouldn't you leave me alone? That's what happened. Thank you, Tenny, for making your situation worse. What happened was, Tiwa had a one-night stand, season 1 or whatever, 2, with a guy named Febreze. That same Febreze actually used to date Mide's sister, her husband's sister, and he rubbished her as well, right? So that's 2 strikes already. Now, I don't remember exactly how she got caught about the whole meeting up with him afterwards, but rather than just explaining like, yo, I didn't actually cheat, she just let him believe what he wanted to believe, so then he got upset about it. And so that's why he didn't end up proposing when he wanted to propose, blah, blah, blah. Tiny, let me tell you something. You better stop defending Tiwa, because I'm going to keep bringing up the information. Let me read these comments. Shia, he did. The Mide girl is funny. I'm looking for this kind of opportunity. Olua provided Mide. Olua provided Mide. That's the hashtag everybody is crying and praying. But Stanley does not want to pray for it. I don't know why. I ain't working for another company to grow, and I could grow with my husband. Ha! Tell her, you know, I want married people. Tell her. Kemi saying LOL. Simply said, I'm also getting a raise. Case closed. He even only increased the salary because she was pregnant. Haba! Tell ha! Fear God. Fear God. Maybe your bonnet is not on. Sorry, let me reintroduce because I know some people came in. Welcome to Bonnets N Bochinche, where Bochinche meets chit-chat. Let's get on into some betages. I hope you have your bonnets on. So, Teddy's out here lying, no. It's not because of pregnancy, it's because their ratings were soaring and she was doing a great job. And even if it was just because she's pregnant, it's more than enough. It's more than enough of a reason. Glorious Ways TV says, hello dear. Hello Ma, how are you today? Thank you for joining us. Let's just say her dad doesn't exist. Yeah, he doesn't exist. Let's just say that, you're right. AMJ says, Tenny, she should have requested for that in the first place. Beatrice says, if it makes her so uncomfortable, then she should be single. That's what I'm saying, Beatrice. I think she should have dealt with her demons before getting married. She was so focused, like she was and is so focused on being independent that it's really clearing her her marriage site, if we want to be honest. Shia said, oh wait, good. Shia said, Tenny, how did he only increase her salary because she's pregnant? Why would he do that? Don't mind her, Shia. She has made up her own storyline for this show. I don't understand. She was pregnant and was working so hard. Mide increased her salary as for compensation. Okay, we have to remember that he's her husband. So if he wants to increase her compensation, he can buy her a car. He could build her another house. He could send her on a vacation as compensation, Tony. What are you saying? Oh, what are you saying? AMJ, Kadra, exactly, she should be like that. Febreze was one night stand. Mide almost had a son. Before her! That's another thing too. And that was a lie too. And he told the truth. Let's just say that. He told the truth. And also, they weren't married. That's also my other claim. So Shia said, Tenny, she's his wife. Even if he didn't increase her salary, he would still provide for her. Help me tell her. My point is they are both guilty. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because they were not married then. So if you wanted to have, it would be different, right? If that son came up
while they were married, and Mide never mentioned anything about it. Then I'm gonna be like, you're trash. How can you not tell your wife? You should have told your wife as soon as you found out, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have tried to solve this issue on your own at all. Once you make a covenant before man and God, all the rules change. There was no covenant between them before this marriage. So, okay. Glorious Ways TV says, hello, ma. Oh, hi, Vivian TV. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome to this conversation. Welcome to Bonnets N Bochinche, where Bochinche means chit-chat. Let's get on to some better gist. I hope you have your bonnets. Scarves are allowed, do-rags are allowed, stocking caps are allowed. We just want our hair to be protected. Okay. Igbo Princess says, I'm enjoying this conversation. Thank you, ma. Simply AMJ, Tanya, of course men are always guilty, but then again, marriage is sacrificing on both ends. Correcto mundo. Hi, Gloria. So you're right, AMJ. Tanya says, Ibiro, okay, that Febreze drama was before they started dating, so what are you talking about? Wait. Tanya, you say Febreze, the fact that, no. I gotta watch the show on screen right now. No. Tanya, you are not gonna mislead my people. Oh, Queen Adoni shared me out. Thank you. I just got the notification on my phone. Telling you, are not going to lead my people astray. I'm not even going to watch it because I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. Before Mide and Tiwa started dating, Tiwa had a one-night stand with Febreze in Abuja when she went on a work trip. Okay, whatever. We moved past that. Excuse me. But once she started dating him and found out or whatever, and that they are all, thank you so much, Adoni, I really do appreciate it. Adoni is so pretty. She has this gap age with me. Oh my gosh, but we're not going to talk about Adoni right now. So, what was I saying? Yeah. Once they started dating, she never thought to mention that. And that's why I was saying that he ended up not proposing to her because he felt lied to. He felt hurt. Because sis was going behind his back to go meet up with him for closure with Febreze, to tell him to stop texting her and harassing her. I'm like, in 2019, 2020, we still don't have sense that we're going to meet up with people and say, leave me alone. What happened to leave me alone? What happened to block, delete? Like, I don't understand. Why are we acting like there's no way? And after you block and delete the number, why couldn't you then go and say, yo, look, let me tell you something. I know I didn't tell you at first, but that guy that you said broke your sister's heart, we kind of had something in the past. I just want you to know before you hear a story from anybody else, what happened to that? Why couldn't you do that? So, VAO11 says, in relation to your statement that even if he gave her a pay raise because she was pregnant, could be received in different ways, she may not feel that he appreciates her. I don't know how else he can show that he appreciates her. Sis V, like, watch the show and you'll see that this man worships the ground on which she walks. All exaggeration aside, I do understand your point, but like, I mean, even if he gave her a pay raise just because she's pregnant, who cares? And she knows he appreciates her. That's the whole reason why he wanted her to come back and work at his station. This was great. Wow, we ended just in time. Oh, Beatrice says that Tanya and Ibira got cracking her up. I'm glad we were able to crack you up. Okay, and I wanted to end in an hour's time, so that's great because we are now at 58 minutes and 34 seconds. So this is awesome. Look at that. We were able to chit-chatty and everything. I need to watch it so I can join in more next time. Yes, we might actually be talking about another show though, just because this was the season finale. But I guess I could put a poll up and ask if we want to discuss in further detail about the show. Because we actually didn't even talk about the other characters. We didn't talk about Didi, we didn't talk about Shalewa. Wow, and like Shalewa needs to be spoken about. She really needs to be spoken about. Did you watch Love at War? No, you told me to. I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, we have to speak about Shalewa. We have to speak about Didi. So no time to talk about Shalewa this season. We could talk, you know what? I can do 15 minutes. Can we actually? Yeah. Cause okay, so here's the real truth, right? It was supposed to be an hour and 15 minutes, but y'all already know how I am with lives. So I was like, I'm gonna make it an hour. And I was like, and if like nobody's here talking, then I'll just make it like 30 minutes. But looks like we're talking. Anyway, let's talk about Shalewa. Shalewa. Shalewa figure eight. Tani says Shalewa changed this season. She didn't change enough. She did not change enough. Shalewa in season 1 was the light-skinned, tall, slim sister. And the reason why I say hot body the way I say it now is so funny. She was, Tiwa, this hot body is what is in vogue now. Like, she was so into look, she was so materialistic, but I agree that she grew. She grew an immense amount, but I don't think she grew enough, and it's not her fault. Let me read you a comment before I continue. Shalewa changed this season. Yes, so she does. Shalewa really held this show this season. She carried on her back. Oh, mind you, the show is supposed to be about Tiwa or whatever. But Shalewa, she grew, but she didn't grow enough. And I feel like the reason she didn't grow enough is because Shalewa has never been alone. Like, Shalewa was always with a man. Shalewa then used to commend Tiwa for her body. Commendable torment. She used to torment Tiwa for her body. What do you mean? She used to make fun of her back then. But like now, I used to almost think, are you people like actually blood siblings? Like, are y'all really related by blood? Because the way you treat Tiwa is actually madness. But their siblingship has really grown. Oh yeah, torment. Their siblingship has really grown. Like, they're really that sister stuff. I love the bond. I am enjoying this. Gotta go sleep. Thank you so much, Simply AMJ, for stopping by. I super duper appreciate you. Thank you again for the super chat. Tenny, can you please put her link in the chat again for me? Thank you. Shaya says Shalewa doesn't really know who she is without a man. Thank you, baby. That's exactly where I was going. That's exactly where I was going. That's exactly where I was going. So the thing about it is, Shalewa has always been materialistic, always about how she looks and stuff like that. So then she started to grow out of it a bit, right? But not enough. Thank you, Sis V, but not enough, right? And even back then when she didn't have a boyfriend, she had a sugar daddy. His name Maxwell. I remember him. So Maxwell was married with children, lied to Shalewa. No, it's not even that he lied. She knew he was married, and she said he's gonna leave me for her. Like, she actually did that scene so well, because like, I'm actually remembering it right now. And my she's like, he loves me. He said he doesn't love her. He's gonna leave her for me. And I was like, hey, Shalewa, are you mad? Like, she really believed that grown man was gonna leave his wife and kids for her just because she was a buddy. I was like, yo, she has lost it. Like, she's really crying. No, Sis V, you have to watch that episode. I'm not. The people who watch Skinny Girl and Treasure, am I lying? She was actually even more dramatic than I was just now. But yeah, so that scene that Maxwell brought Babalawo to their house, the wife, right? So Maxwell's wife brought a herbalist to the house to basically like put a hex on them. But was Wally there? I think Wally was there. Oh, that's another person too. Jolan Pinto says, LOL. Hi, Jolan. Nice of you to join us. So she was coming to put a hex on them and like curse them or whatever, but thankfully they begged her. So yes, but she was mad at Tiwa. She was mad at her mom. She was mad at her sister for saving her from that relationship, because all she was thinking about was Brazilian hair, Gucci, Chanel, YSL. That's what she was thinking about. Okay, then she grew. She started dating Mohammed, right? And the thing with Mohammed, oh God, we gotta talk about Mohammed. The thing with Mohammed is a very useless somebody. Very, very useless somebody. Why do I say Mohammed is a very useless somebody? Let me tell you why I think he's a very useless somebody. He, in my opinion, didn't love Shalewa. He might have liked her a lot, but I don't believe that he loved Shalewa, like denu in his heart from the inside. I don't believe he did. Now, let me give you the different reasons why. He knew he wasn't converting. He knew she wasn't converting. So clearly religion is already a barrier for the two of them, right? He never once defended Shalewa to his family members. And they kept alluding to it, but they didn't actually show us in the show. But her brother maltreated her really bad. Based on what they both said, they both agreed that he treated her like actual trash. He did not do anything. His best friend clearly does not care about Shalewa because he invited the girl that Muhammad was betrothed to into the car for them to drive together to Kano, another state in Nigeria, from Lagos. Muhammad now slept with Farida, the girl he's betrothed to, and it was a mistake, but he told her because it was eating him up inside. It will eat you up forever and ever. Are you mad? Let me tell you something, yeah? I'm glad that the scene with Farida came up, because Farida was like, Muhammad, you weren't that drunk. We both know what was going down. And I was saying it. I knew it. That Muhammad knowingly did what he did. It wasn't a mistake, okay? He was not piss poor drunk. She said they were just tipsy. They all knew what they were doing there. And then every time he tried to apologize to Shalewa, he always would make it about himself. And I'm so proud of Shalewa. She asked him, she said, Muhammad, are you making this about yourself? He wasn't apologizing because Shalewa was hurt. He wasn't apologizing because he hurt Shalewa. He was apologizing, and I quote, because this really hurts. Shalewa, if you're doing this on purpose, this really hurts. That's what he said. And I was like, yo, get this man off the screen. Get him off the screen before I flip my laptop. Tenny said, Muhammad changed her outside the fact that he cheated. Muhammad changed her outside the fact that he cheated. I don't think I understand that. Muhammad changed her outside. Okay. Shaya said Muhammad's role was just to help Shalewa grow and to realize that there's more to life than material things. Exactly. I do agree with that, Shaya, which is why I don't believe he might have liked her a lot. He was attracted to her. He enjoyed her company. He liked her, but I don't think he loved her. And that was very necessary for Shalewa to grow as a person. I do agree. Tani said, but Farida didn't end up marrying Muhammad despite all the drama. Abiyo. Because I think, what's her name? Farida knows her worth. She knew that he never liked her or whatever. She was just doing it because she thought, okay, this is what this man wants from a Muslim woman. Probably her family was making her do it. She knew better. She could. Wow, Shayo, this is so scary. You just said because Farida knew her worth. Oh my God, that's so scary. And the poor girl was smart enough to remove herself from that equation. Thanks for saying it, because that's exactly how I feel. That's actually really funny. Wow. But yeah, Shalewa is growing. She just hasn't grown enough, because that's why she got herself into that situation with the woman beater Kwame from Ghana. And that was why she kept going back. It was as she knew what was right, but went back just because her idiot friend Tito said something. But I appreciate that Tito was actually realistic in her response, right? Because many times you see women saying, oh, if a man hits me, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. And ideally, that's what we want to be the truth, right? But realistically, that's not what always happens. Many women stay, like we saw at the bank scene. Many women say, oh, he will beg me, he's gonna beg me, he's gonna get on his knees. She begging la Jenny. Do we want to eat begging? No. Change behavior is a real apology, you know? So I am glad that, I guess, that scene happened so that she could realize that she didn't need to be beaten. But Tito was right, especially in a culture like Nigerian culture where a woman must get married by a certain age, or she is seen as less than or damaged goods or whatever, it's very realistic that if a man is beating her, they would most likely stay. It's the honest truth. So I am glad that they put that scene in where Tito was speaking. She says, so that means Farida cheated for her to be married. She must have been dating despite the Muhammad person. Kilo Kami, what's my business? If she cheated, she cheated. If she didn't, she didn't. What's my own with that? Ain't my business. They're both trash for that, you know? But yes, Shalewa grew, and by the end of the season, it looks like she's going back to Muhammad, so that's annoying. Ugh. Because I want her to spend time for herself. I want Shalewa to grow as Shalewa, not Shalewa with Muhammad or Shalewa with Maxwell. Mind you, she didn't grow enough because she even took Maxwell's number and she was accepting his call. And he was like, oh, I'm divorced now. Why are you even answering his phone call, Shalewa? I want you to not take one step forward, 3 steps back. I want you to actually care about yourself. Sis V said, oh wait, no, Shaya said, wasn't Muhammad also with Shalewa? Yes, so that's why I said they're both trash. So it doesn't matter if she was cheating. If she was cheating, that's her business. But we focus on Shalewa right now. So Farida's a cheater, Muhammad is a cheater. VAO11 says, yep, so true. Change behavior is a real apology. Exactly. But Shalewa carried this season on her back. Her acting improved so good. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm actually impressed. From season 1 till now, very good. I mean, but I guess that's what an actress is. You shouldn't like be the same. Tenny says, I beg, I like Muhammad and Shalewa despite their differences because that Ghana guy was a no-go area. So because that Ghana guy was a no-go area, you suggest that she goes back to a man where they can't get married because his family dislikes her and he refuses to fight his family. You suggest that she goes back to a guy who is not going to change his religion, even though she claims her own religion is important to her. You suggest that she goes back to a guy who might just get drunk again and slip up and have sex with another woman. Is that what you suggest? Because really and truly, she shouldn't be with either of them. Shalewa needs to be with Shalewa until she knows who Shalewa is, and then she can date somebody. Talking about everybody who keeps saying she needs to go back to Muhammad, like, stop that. She needs to go back to nobody but herself. Shalewa can end up with someone that isn't Kwame or Muhammad. Yes, after she's with herself. Or Shalewa can, okay, this is scary. Or Shalewa can end up with Shalewa, that's scary. Muhammad and Kwame are both two bad options. I agree. You know what, I'm gonna start reading Shaya's comments so I don't repeat, because that's actually scary. Their family can change. Did Mide's sister like Tiwa? Okay, so since we want to bring that up, their family cannot change because their family are staunch Muslims and they want him to marry a Muslim woman. Like, I don't understand. They're not gonna be nice to her because she's a Christian and they don't want him to marry a woman that does not cover her head. They don't want him to marry a woman who is not a Muslim. Like, I mean, it was made very clear that that's what they want. Like, she said it, he said it, the family members said it. Like, well, I don't know why people like to drag things that don't need to be dragged. That's how you cause pain on your own self, you know? Like, let it go, let it die. Muhammad and Kwame are both two bad options, agreed. And if to compare the family, oh, I thought that was a troll for a second. I got so scared. Anyway, to compare the family to Darian, so off because Darian was clearly jealous, Darian was clearly upset, Darian was clearly hurting, and she needed to grow on her own. See, the thing with Darian is that her behavior was changeable, right? Like, it's always something about, like, okay, once she learns to love herself, she could be nice to Tiwa. And you know what was the issue as well? Mide never once stood up for Tiwa to, okay, so this is where I'm going to fault Mide. Yes, here, this is the fault of Mide. Mide never once stood up for Tiwa. He always said, oh, she's just playing, which is the same thing that Muhammad did, where he never stood up for Shalewa. It wasn't until Mide was like, you gotta stop that. And when Tiwa was like, no, I've had enough. They were both letting it slide, right? So that's the difference in that situation. Once they both stopped letting it slide is when there was a change. In Muhammad's situation, whether or not they let it slide or don't let it slide, they're not going to change their opinion. Queen Underneath, I say this about Tony Bailo says, anyways, that's the last season, and that season showed us that they're going back together. I hope they don't go back together at all. I pray they never go back together for their own sake. I don't think they're healthy together. I mean, and even in the beginning of their relationship, God, they had so many fights. It was so annoying. I was going to say something about that. Oh, also, I hope that they end this series. Like, we don't need another season. I enjoyed all of them. I know a lot of people disliked this season. I liked it. I thought it had substance. So what else? Queen Adonis says, wanted to say goodnight, child. Good night, Queen Adonis. But yeah, I thought that this season had substance. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think people don't know how to transition from comedy to more serious drama, and that was really the problem, because they said that the season dragged, and I didn't think it dragged at all. But hey, everybody has their own opinion, and so I'm going to be getting off of here in about 30 seconds. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in to our first season of I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Of Bonnets N Bochinche. I really appreciated this Bochinche. It was so beautiful, it was so amazing. Tony Baylor says this season was too serious. Kilo day, you see? Omaraye. Some people will say it's not serious enough. Some people will say it's too serious. Me, I like it. Also, I like anything Nollywood, so that might be it as well. Queen Adonai says good night, Yorka. Good night. And VAO Lawrence's V is also saying good night to Queen Adonai. All right, so thank you so much. My party people will be back next week. I'm going to put up a poll to see what day works best for people. Just because I don't know, I think it's weird to have like a live on Thursday and then me drop content on Friday. Thank you, BB Baby. And me drop content on Friday because there's a video scheduled to go tomorrow. Tenny says if you're okay, goes to dash me this bonnet safe. Hold on. Let me take it off. Oh yeah, here you go. Woo! But yeah, I don't know if it might be like content overload if I do a live and then a video every week. I saw that like my numbers on my 2 Egypt vlogs were terribly low. I'm gonna have to share that out for people to watch because I don't understand why they were so low. I do understand that some people actually thought it was the same video because it had the same thumbnail. That wasn't smart on my part. So yeah, I'll figure that out. Actually, no, I'm gonna put a poll up. But there is a video dropping tomorrow anyway, and then we'll figure it out from there. You should try it and let the data tell you. Okay, I'll see. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. What would share it because those Egypt vlogs would drop. Oh, thank you, Tenny. I appreciate that, friend. But yeah, so my people, have a blessed night. Remember, wash your hands, don't let Koro come near you, and always wear a bonnet to sleep. Bye.